So how good should we aim to be on our musical instrument that we choose, or even other aspects of life? I remember seeing Jordan Peterson. My wife got me tickets to see him, and the subject of his talk was pick one thing in your life and try as hard as you can on it. And man, that is hard. I come to a level where I'm enjoying whatever instrument I'm playing and can play with other people. I think that's the bar that you should get to, where you can groove on that instrument, have rhythm on that instrument, enjoy it, play it so at least whoever you're playing with can enjoy it, and hopefully people in an audience can enjoy it. But do we need to be technically proficient to where it's impressive? I really don't think so. I remember playing guitar. I taught myself how to play guitar and out of some old guitar magazines using tab and some chord shapes that they would put above the chords, and then just wanted to play with other people, and got some of my friends together, and I had a background in playing trumpet, so at least I understood some music and had some sense of rhythm, as I've always wanted to be a drummer, but my parents told me I couldn't play the drums because it was too loud. So they had me play the trumpet growing up, but that's easily as loud as the drums, very, very loud. But anyway, when I got to about college age, I was learning to play guitar, got some of my friends together, and they bought some cheap instruments, and we started a band and got to where we could play some parties, and got paid once to play, and people didn't care how good we were as long as they could recognize the songs. That's really what people want to do, is be able to dance and recognize the songs. And then I remember going to graduate school, and after that, being with a group of people, and we started a band. I started with 3 people that didn't know how to play anything. They never played an instrument. I remember drawing out the strings of a bass on a bar napkin, and taught this guy how to play, just where to put his fingers, and thankfully he had rhythm. And then another guy wanted to play the drums, so we bought him a old used jazz kit that we found for about $200, and played, and we got to where people enjoyed it. He bought some real drums. The bass player bought a decent instrument, and we got to where we could play out in bars, and people love it if they can recognize the song and dance to it. Thankfully, we found a singer who was really good and very entertaining, even though he had never sung for a band before. And I remember we were playing, I can't remember what it was, I think it was Green Day, something along those lines, and I knew something fell off. I was playing guitar in that band, and the song ended, and the bass player realized he was playing the wrong song the entire time, and nobody cared. Nobody in the crowd cared at all. They were dancing, having a great time. So I've found it difficult to get past that level where you can play well enough that people can recognize it. You're having fun. You can play with other people. But to push past that, it seems like the amount of hours that's required for that is beyond what I'm willing to put into guitar or to bass or to drums or to most things in life. But also another thing I've found is the better the people you are that you participate with, the better you're going to get. I currently play weekly at my church. I actually play bass or drums depending on what's needed. And these people at my church is kind of a country church that my wife grew up in. These are people with kind of some southern roots, and they can play their instruments. None of them know how to read music, and everything is played by ear. They actually will pass the microphone around church sometimes and let each person in the crowd who wants to start singing a song, and we're expected to immediately jump in with them and play whatever song they're singing in whatever key they're singing, and that's what these people could do, and it leveled up my ear training, and I've learned to play by ear playing with these people. And I remember the guitar player one time said that he was thinking about learning how to read music, and I said, please don't do it. What you guys do, you don't know how awesome it is and what a gift it is. I think if you start reading music, you're going to kind of put yourself in a box, and you won't. I think it'll actually destroy your playing. So, but these people really helped to bring me up to speed on the bass, just playing by ear, and the number of different songs we play, and it's fantastic. And I remember playing hockey actually in a men's league, and I had played varsity hockey in high school. I was okay, but not great. And then joined this men's league, and this was in Pennsylvania, and they said that if you play varsity hockey, you have to play on the A league. And I got there, and there were 2 players on my team that played Division I hockey, and man, they were good, and that really levels you up. So I think if you are playing with people in sports or with your musical instrument, try to play with other people that are better than you. It will really raise your level of proficiency, and it's a lot of fun when you see yourself growing and getting better. But I've just never been one that could just woodshed on my own to really get that level up past what would be, I guess I would call a decent or pretty good level. To get to great requires a lot more hours, a lot more time and effort. So what do you guys think? That's just my thoughts on how good you really have to be at your instrument or sports or other things in life. All right, see you next time. So we're going to record this here and see how the sound is. I know it's got a little bit of an echo